Hi everyone, it's Sam from Inked Intentions. Today I'm taking you to Naples and we have the ultimate privilege of going inside the workshop of Leonardo pens. I've organised to go and talk to Salvatore Matroni and it's going to be a full behind the scenes tour. And stay tuned to the end because you honestly will not believe what Salvatore does to me. It's so exciting. Let's go. So we just jumped straight in. Behind the reception door is a lady sitting at a desk where she is assembling fountain pens, checking nibs, putting those together. Tell me about the resin.
This is Brooks material.
Yeah.
And then I have also combustion.
Yeah.
Cosmic shame.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. And the last one is Arctic Blast. Next, exclusive is a secret.
There's stacks and stacks of all different pen bodies everywhere. And while we're looking at this, Salva is explaining to me his philosophy, the production journey, and it's going to take me through the key stages and considerations.
Because usually I worked in the past with Jonathan Brooks. This time I choose Papa J, he's a US producer. This is inspired
And it's got
Cosmos means chocolate flower. Japanese producer. This ebonite for us. So it's exclusive.
Do you do all the designs and?
Yes.
Yeah.
We opened the pre-orders and we sold in 3 weeks 312. This is a new
different
experiment.
Yeah.
Because this is a Polyedrica model. Polyedrica shape. Polyedrica is name of this model.
I've never seen anything like that.
But now is also piston fill. We are testing. This is all acetate.
Yeah.
This is woods.
Oh.
Very nice beads. Yeah. Crazy fiber.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I've never seen any pens made of this. He really has a preference for high quality over everything. Like he prefers Japanese ebonite for the feeds, despite the fact there are much higher costs associated with importing them, the various duties. It's amazing to see the beginning of the whole pen process in just these simple little meter-long rods of colour. And the thought that these are going to evolve into some of the most beautiful pens you've ever seen, it was just amazing.
We have here, we after wash and then start to polish. Now stay here because I produced 2,000 of pens. So we have a small company.
Yeah, but look at it.
Yeah, I prefer to buy and pay more because in Germany it's more not cheap but cost less. In Japan the duty, import, transport cost a lot. Yeah, but I prefer this quality. This quality is forever. Usually when I work this kind of material, I prefer to work this part one pen, this part another pen, this part another pen, because otherwise it is impossible.
Most of the production process is manual, lathes that are used, mechanical pantographs, various engraving machines, but these are all custom designed machinery for polishing and finishing the pens to just ensure that there's a really high quality finish.
This is acrylic. Yeah. This is without polish.
Yeah.
This is polish. You can see the difference. laser for metal. Engrave the leaf,
Yeah.
make band,
Yeah.
decor.
Yep. The bands.
Yeah,
engraving.
the band engraving. These two as both laser. This is mechanical pantograph. Material from Brooks, for example, it's impossible to use the laser. Impossible. So we have to use this one. This. The all boxes without shipping. So on website, but also the shops. The small also is a website.
Yeah.
Big one is a shop. This is from US Endless.
Yep.
Endless.
Endless pens. Yeah.
But these guys proposed me these kind of boxes, all made in Italy. Alcantara inside, logo. The quality is, I prefer to produce all made in Italy. All,
Of course.
also
Yeah.
This one, all made in Italy.
All of that printed here. Salva talks to me also about his inspiration, about the craftsmanship. He really focuses on the natural beauty of Italy, like the colours of the sea, the local landscapes.
About the resin, I inspired from Naples, from Ireland. Before I try to speak with the producer of material in Italy. I try to explain what I have in mind. No, often I like, for example, the lava of Vesuvius, the orange lava with the blue, deep blue of
The Gulf.
the Gulf. So this is an idea.
Yeah.
For example, I like the amethyst, but I also like the blue. So can we create combo?
Salva was saying when he first designs a pen, he uses it himself for Inhuya
Yeah, for 1 year.
as a personal
Yes.
pen. What sort of problems do you have to refine? What do you
The
find?
contact with the ink,
Oh yeah, staining
the
and
storage,
yeah.
because
Does it dry out?
yeah, the contact with the metal parts.
Oh yeah.
Usually for the metal parts we use brass or bronze. For the clip is bronze because it need elasticity. So we are to test.
Okay. So now at the end, there's a special surprise where Salva has me test a couple of pens back in reception. And to my surprise, he makes a gift of one of them. I'm absolutely blown away.
I buy this in Manila. It's a Rushi pen.
Yes.
This is a logo of artist. This is all handmade. All handmade. Also the feet. You can check every feet.
That's as big as a shoe.
Yeah. This is eyedropper.
Oh gosh. Oh, how much ink would it take?
I
A
don't
litre.
know. A lot. The shape is different, but all collectors of this kind of pens love Kubo nib. Also Furuta, but Kubo is just so beautiful.
Oh my goodness, I could cry with joy. Salva has just given me this most beautiful pen that's not even for sale yet.
not travel with the ink inside. Because otherwise.
Explosion.
Yes, explosion. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the Leonardo pen. Now, I don't know what it is. It looks a lot like a Momento Zero 2.0, the Grande, but it's a little bigger, so I'm not sure. That it is just absolutely delicious to write with. Visiting a factory is one thing, but being welcomed into a family is another thing. And I have to say, I really felt so special, so privileged. This is the gift that Salva gave to me. It's a prototype pen that he's been working on. So the colors in it, it's partly transparent. You saw a little bit of the rod before it was polished in some of the footage, but this pen is absolutely outrageously beautiful. It is slightly bigger than the Momento Zero Grande 2.0. It's really nice and girthy, about the same width as most of my other favorites. The colors are the colors of the water off the Bay of Naples on the summer's days that I was there. The purple and the brown kind of reflect the volcanic rocks mixed in with the water at the Gulf of Naples. So I'm incredibly grateful to Salvatore Matroni for taking time out of his busy day to share some time and talk about his philosophy when it comes to making and designing pens. Some of his other favorite pens that weren't ones that he made, particularly the Japanese pen. And experiences like this really make you realize what a beautiful community the fountain pen community is. To be able to share this, have somebody else understand the beauty and just the workmanship, the craftsmanship, the engineering. I don't know, there are no words. But I will be letting Salva know how it writes over the next few months. So yeah, I can't thank him enough, and I can't thank you guys enough for watching my videos and giving me the inspiration to go and see this place. It was just magnificent. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this journey to a little bit of something different in Naples, this little peek into the fountain pen world and behind the curtain of the Leonardo Officina Italiana, the fountain pen workshop, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and I look forward to giving you a full review of this pen and a whole bunch of other pens that I bought while I was in Rome. Thank you. Until next time, happy writing.